You know what America does better than anybody? Better than anybody. We consume. We're a consumption-based economy. Consumer sentiment. You know what consumers do? They consume.
Yeah.
They buy stuff.
Do you agree or do you disagree? Hello, everybody. Welcome to Firm Identity. There is no financial advice being given here. We are just talking, you and me, talking about this issue that exists, and let's open our ears to how others have overcome.
Nowadays, more than ever, the brand you wear reflects and represents who you are. So for us, if you watch the PBD podcast, you got a bunch to choose from: white ones, black ones. If you smoke cigars and you come to our cigar lounge, we have this high quality lighter cutter and a holder for the cigars. We got sweaters.
Yep, that is Patrick Babe David selling you merch. Patrick has identified an opportunity. Remember, if you have people who like to consume, then give them something to spend their money on. Even if they are in debt, Patrick understands that people will still spend money they do not have to buy things they do not need. If we had to swap places and you were the one selling something, a product or a service, do you think that Patrick will buy your product? He does believe in capitalism and he does believe in entrepreneurship. So, do you believe that he will support your merch or your business if you had to sell him a product or a service? Yes, no. Wonder no more. I got the answer for you.
I was telling Jen and Mickey this morning, you know, sometimes when people see us and they're selling us something like, oh, Pat can't afford it, sell them more. Yeah, asking for more. They don't realize, first of all, I'm Armenian and I'm Assyrian and I'm born and raised in Iran and I sit next to him. Yep. And you know, and I've been in financial services my entire life. You know, when you make money yourself, do you know how careful you are to not? Your radars are always up to know that people are like, oh, he can pay more for all this other stuff.
And what you have heard is coming from a person who advertises openly that he has money and lots of money to the point that his children do not have to work.
I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I'm not sitting there like, and the difference is some of us have the luxury to stop and never have to work. And we can stop and my kids don't ever have to work. We made some real good choices.
Imagine that. Can any of us say that about our family dynamic? That we have liquid cash earning interest in a bank account or have assets that generate income so future generations never have to work? Obviously, they will probably want to work, right? But it all comes down to decisions. Today's decisions impacts our tomorrow. So next time you see this.
And here's what we're doing today, as well as the new signed books with the new Valuetainment red hats that we got signed here. Anybody that orders the Valuetainment red hats, you're getting a free keychain. We got two of them right there. One is Home Team, one is myself. Go ahead and get them. They're signed, limited edition for these. These are not a lot of them. You can get these signed hats that'll be sent over to you. The first 5 that order the signed copies of either your next 5 moves or Choose Your Enemies Wisely, the sales team will contact you. You'll be able to tell us what name you want us to write it out to with a special note instead of just a signature. The first 5 that place an order, it'll be made out to you. Pick and choose, order the book. We will personalize it to you, but it's the first 5 orders. So go to
Pause. Don't act based on your emotions or what you see. Act based on your goal and your budget.
Pump the brakes. Let's see what happens here.
I really like that. Yes, people, pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. You heard it from the man himself. Pump the brakes. How much debt do we have? How much do we have as liquid cash right now? How much do we have as short-term investment, where if there's an emergency fund, it's actually going to last us for 12 months because expenses now will be inflated in 6 months' time or in a year. We mustn't forget that. How much do we have as long-term investment? And if you believe in retirement, how is that looking? The thing with this environment that we live in, it makes it easier to get into debt. Buying something now and paying for it later, or buying something on credit to pay in installment inflated by interest.
So we just have to make better decisions and not fall for this
that all these other guys are selling you just because everybody else is doing BNPL, whatever it's called. You don't need to fall for that trap.
Debt system is vicious. When you don't pay, they come after you. They will steal your peace, kill your hope, destroy your future when you don't pay up. All because of consumerism. Wrong decisions have consequences.
That consumers are putting themselves deeper in the hole. So, like, let's say I want to max out my credit card, but I still want to buy more stuff. I can do, and they let me do it, right?
Yeah, BNPL.
So
you could do it.
So it's BNP. So it's buy now, pour later. Is that what you mean?
That's one way.
But it is true. Buy now and pour later. Such a business model exists.
There's a business model for the poor just getting poorer, and that's the unfortunate thing. And Pat, you.
And you can see that Adam is really concerned about this. It seems like he cares. It's very sweet. So there is a problem. We live in an environment where it is easy to fall prey to what is offered. Online, at the shops, in the magazines, on our cell phone.
One of the biggest shirts for the year that we've launched that sold thousands overnight, 1 week, is Faith Over Fear. I absolutely love the fact that Vinny's shirt, Faith Over Fear, has done the way that it has, because it tells me there's thousands of people bold enough that are willing to wear something like this, to work, to the gym, to everywhere they go, to say, this is what I'm all about.
When we think about our individual situations, what is the diagnosis? Is it an income-related issue or is it an expense-related issue?
So some people have an income problem, fine, but most people don't have an income problem. Most people have a saving and a spending problem that's haunting them. And when you are in debt and you're owing everybody money, you are just not in a good, weak place. You don't do husband better. You don't do friend better. You don't do business better. You don't do any of that stuff better. So
when we receive extra cash, do we spend it all or do we save it all? Or do we save some and spend some?
To the people whose income grows, but you're constantly broke, you don't have an income problem. To the people that, if you were broke making $50K a year and you said, if I only make more money, I'm going to be better. Then you're broke at $100K. Then you're broke at $250,000. Then you're broke at $500,000. Then you're broke at $1 million. You're going to be broke no matter how much money you ever make.
Listen to this real life example from Adam.
Where do you think the money flows when you give out free money and you give out stimulus checks? It's going to flow to the top. We saw who became the richest man in the world. It wasn't Elon Musk. It was Bernard Arnault, he owns LVMH, which stands for Louis Vuitton, Moet, Hennessy. They own everything. Gucci, Prada, Moet, this, that. They own every store in the mall. And this guy became the richest guy in the world because everyone got their stimulus checks. They didn't pump it into a Roth IRA. They pumped it into a new bag from Balenciaga.
If we enjoy spending money we don't have, by getting further in debts, we spend it on things that we don't need. Have we ever asked ourselves, why do we spend this? Why are we spending this money?
My guess is that people are just not interested in spiritual life, although they are going through like depression, loneliness, lust, or greediness. Like those things are real, but they don't know that these are actually spiritual hunger rather than material hunger.
Are we spending to try and quench something else? This is not just affecting us, it is affecting our future generation because they will pick up on our habits if we do not change. It is not too late, guys. We do not give up. We do not give in. It is definitely not too late.
You go increase your market value. Think about your vision long term, what you want your life to look like, what you want your dreams to look like, and then make better decisions. One day you'll wake up and everyone's going to say, Wait a minute. What happened to you, bro? How are you living this life, bro?
It all starts with a decision, submitting our finances to the Lord, asking for His guidance, and making a budget. Relying on the Holy Spirit, exercising self-control, which is one of the fruit of the Spirit. This can be found in 2 Timothy 1 verse 7. Let's quickly read it. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such there is no law.
But it takes two things: intention and discipline. You have to be intentional about what you do every day. It doesn't just happen. It's not luck. You have to be very intentional what you're going to do, and you have to have the discipline to keep doing it. It's the same things that go with the diet, that goes with exercise, that goes with personal habits. You got to be intentional about it and then have discipline about it.
This is practical, and when we save, we should not go and withdraw to buy a ticket to a play we never planned to go to, for example.
So if you're constantly making that, increasing your income, but you don't have savings, there's a problem. I don't care how much money you make. Start saving money. Save, invest, save. Your income goes up, don't change your lifestyle. Your income goes up, don't change your lifestyle. Your income goes up, don't change your lifestyle. Let your income increase 2, 3, 4, 5 times before you dramatically change your lifestyle. Mm-hmm. If you can afford to live in $1 million home, live in a $500,000 home. If you can afford to live in a $3 million home, live in a $1 million home. If you can afford to live in a $10 million home, live in a $2 million home. And then all of a sudden, boom, you're like, man, this pillow got softer. I sleep better right now. I feel better. What the hell just happened all of a sudden? Because you made better decisions.
If we do not believe Patrick, and he has advertised how he went from being in debt to where he is now, here's another person that has made money work for him.
Warren Buffett at 50 years old was worth $50 million. And he's worth $200 billion right now. What? Yeah, you know how that happened? How? Compound interest. He's had his money working for him. Mm-hmm. And he kept growing and growing and growing and growing and growing it. And then eventually he's where he's at right now. But guess what? He's still living in the same house he lived in Nebraska, the $700,000 house. He's still living in the same house.
Well, with self-control comes the responsibility of saying no to a lot of things that is not within our budget. When we are invited out to dinner, no, I won't be joining you. Or when we are asked to support something, no, my budget won't allow it. If it was never budgeted for, then the answer is no.
You going out to the party? I'm not coming. We're going out to the club Saturday night? Dude, I'm not coming. We're going to go over here. Dude, I'm not coming. We're going to go do this? I'm not coming.
After a while, the time that you used to spend going out will be filled up with different things, a different purpose. To anyone who thinks they are too old, do not count yourself out.
Bro, 40 to 60 are your best working years of your life.
Yep.
And you're saying, you want me to work like as if my 20s? No, more. Are you out of your mind? Yes. Yeah. What do you mean I work more? Because you screwed up in your 20s. You screwed up some of the money you had in your 30s. That's nobody else's fault. It happens. But you got to play offense. I'm working harder than I was in my 20s, and I'm enjoying life.
And this is Adam Sosnick's thoughts on this matter. I hope I've said your surname right, Adam.
More and more people need to find meaning and get passionate about what they do, because get ready to work. You know, RuPaul said, you better work.
Work it, girl.
Work it, girl. You guys are going to be working for the next 30, 40, 50 years. In my opinion, retirement age needs to go up, not down. 58 should be flipped to 85.
This is not saying not to support companies that align with your values, but it is to encourage everyone to invest in themselves first, financially, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, paying off your debt, having a budget for a conference that you want to attend, budget for the trip overseas that you want to go on, Budget for the clothes that you actually want to buy. Budget for the course that you want to take. Budget for the gifts, either wedding gifts, engagement gifts, baby shower gifts, birthday gifts, whatever the gift, budget. The key word here is budget, budget, budget. And if we plan on donating, that should also be budgeted.
My dad never told me to go be a business owner. He just said an example. I worked hard and I picked up the hard work from and keep your word. And I took it to this level. I've never seen anybody in my family make this kind of money. I wanted to go to this level.
What is the purpose of Patrick's podcast, the PBD podcast?
And it'll come down to, you know what? When I watch PBD podcast, they sell shirts and they sell Manex and they sell consulting. Yeah, we sell our businesses instead of taking sponsorship money, so we're not owned by anybody else.
Bingo.
We do it because our loyalty is to the truth and the customers. That's what we want to do. If you don't like us and walk away, we're also okay with that. You'll come back. We understand business. We've been around. We got thick skin.
Oh, wow. I like that. Patrick knows and understands business. People will come back for more. But if you are in debt and you are struggling financially, pause, pray, re-strategize, let your finances start looking healthy by investing, by saving, and by reducing your debts. Again, this is not financial advice.
We're building a business is what we're doing. And our method of what we're going to, we have the business owner audience. We have entrepreneurs audience. We understand to small business owners because to me, I believe the backbone of America is small business owners. It's very hard to build a company.
And here is the target audience. We just think sometimes people buy their merch so that they can sell it on eBay at a very inflated price to make a profit. But I wonder if they find success with this method.
Numbered stuff. If you go on eBay, Rob, and you type in "future looks bright," you'll see our material and our merch is there all over the place. But preferably, I want you to buy this stuff to wear it. But if you, for some of you buy it and put it on eBay. If you can keep going lower and lower and lower, you'll see all this stuff priced at, some of them are ridiculous numbers that people put them up here to sell them at, especially the numbered ones.
So next time when you see them advertising for their conferences, pump your brakes.
Some of you guys are going to be able to get on private jets and actually see what a private jet's like. And some of you guys are going to see some exotic cars. And I'm not just talking about some regular cars. I'm talking some very weird-looking cars that cost a couple $1 million. That'll be this Wednesday. If you haven't yet bought your ticket, we are literally 2 weeks away from the Vault Conference.
Pump the brakes. Really pump the brakes. You will live without setting foot on a private jet or having seen a fancy car. You've done it so far. And who cares? It's just metal. It's really just metal, right? But remember your goal. Focus on your goal. Whether it's to reduce your debt, to have an emergency fund, to invest. See your future and invest in your future. Don't pay now to be poor later. Again, it's not financial advice. We're just talking here and encouraging each other.
Excited to see everybody here. We're going to have some hors d'oeuvres, some food. You know, it's going to be you'll see stuff before a lot of other people will see it. So again, if you're in South Florida or surrounding, people are traveling from, from other countries here to just come for this.
If the prices look a bit too steep, it's because it's targeted to business owners who are probably generating revenue and have a good cash flow. And it's also for networking purposes.
It's officially out. It's limited edition. It's one of the numbered ones that we do that comes in the box when we mail it out to you.
So limited edition or limited stock, it creates that urgency of, oh, I don't want to miss out. If I miss out on this, I'm not going to have it. It's okay. You can live without it. You have already lived without it for so long. Let us remain focused on the goal, what we need to achieve for our future. And here is the bonus.
Take 3 offers when you're trying to sell something. Don't jump on the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So to wrap this up, I just want to say, as we encourage each other, do not give up on yourself. Pray, 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 budget, forecast, save, invest, look at your goals, focus on your goals, and exercise self-control. It is part of the fruit of the Spirit. And if we look at 1 Corinthians 9, verse 25, it says, "But also for this very reason, giving all diligence, add to your faith virtue, to virtue knowledge, to knowledge self-control, to self-control perseverance, to perseverance godliness." So just because the country is in debt does not mean that we, the people, need to follow the same example. Tune in next time. Stay in the Word, be encouraged, and invest in yourself.